What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market, and we are in the midst of a roaring bull market. We have Ethereum breaking out and hitting the target, which is huge, right? We are in that daily supply zone now, and let's just get right into the charts because things are moving too quick, and we need to get right into it. So let's take a look at things at large here, and quick look at Bitcoin on the Coinbase chart. Well, one thing to note is we came down and we hit 115K. And if we look at the CME chart, you can see that there's a gap starting from $115,600. Okay, so technically we actually, looking at the low price of this candle, which is coming in at 115,697, we actually haven't filled that CME gap because this comes in at 115,690. So actually this isn't the CME gap. CME gap was still front ran. However, we came into this 1 hour. We're going to change the text here. This is a 1 hour demand zone. All right. And if we just look at Bitcoin here, long story short, we've been trading in this range. We broke out, came back into the range. We swept that range low over here, came right into this 1 hour demand, and now we're still trading in the range. But like I've been saying here on the channel, the key right now is not to focus on Bitcoin because we are experiencing a period of altcoin outperformance. This is exactly what I've been saying, and let me show you what I mean. While Bitcoin's just going sideways here in this range, Ethereum on the daily time frame is pumping. So with Bitcoin going sideways and Ethereum pumping, we have the perfect storm for altcoin season. This can be represented by looking at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. Ethereum is gaining market share versus Bitcoin. ETH-BTC new high, it just broke a major resistance level, and it also just broke the daily 200 EMA. Long story short, this is running. This is roaring, and this is an amazing sign for all altcoins that exist. You're already seeing crazy violent pumps on altcoins, right? And like I've been saying, right, it's literally like now we're a week in, but it's still like just starting, right? This is going to run likely throughout the summer, all right, throughout July into August. So we're talking about weeks of bullish price action here. And with that being said, a lot of people are going to be paralyzed, waiting for big pullbacks, things like that. When the trend is this aggressive, yes, there can be a big leverage wipeout at any moment in time. But when the trend is this aggressive, we're in a heavy buy program. You should be favoring longs, okay? You should be favoring longs. And if you try and short anything, you have to understand it's counter trend trading. It needs to be a quick scalp where you're like in and out, okay? So basically the conditions right now are up only. We have up only conditions. And it's the perfect storm right now with Bitcoin in price discovery, just chopping around in a range, and Ethereum pumping. Now also Bitcoin dominance. Another beautiful thing is happening. Bitcoin dominance breaking down now. All right, this is down past 64%. Look at the daily candle that closed yesterday. Really big daily candle close. And this is topped, in my opinion. Okay, if this thing goes and makes a new high after all this bearish price action, I will be damned. In my opinion, we are looking at the top of Bitcoin dominance, and we are likely going to see this continue to trend down towards the 50 percentile level and below, ideally. What does this mean? It means altcoin season. Okay, so that's it. We are seeing capital essentially rotate from Bitcoin into other assets in the market. And the beautiful thing as well is it's not going into stable coins either, right? It's going into risk assets. Looking at the stable C.D, this gives us the overall stablecoin market share. It's currently 7.07%. All the stable coins in crypto, it's dropping. So Bitcoin dominance is dropping, stablecoin dominance is dropping. The money ain't going into stables. It is going to high risk altcoins. Altcoin season. Shout it from the rooftops. Let everyone know it's here, because it is. The long awaited, long anticipated altcoin season is finally here, lads. So anyways, looking at things overall, I mean, everything is up, everything is green, everything is up and to the right. Looking at some of these coins, right? Dogecoin yesterday came right into the 3-day level. All right. Let's break it down. Dogecoin right into that 3-day level, around 19 cents, as we can see, literally hit perfectly. Okay. So we were discussing this level multiple times here on stream. And it hit, as you can see, yesterday, and we're seeing a positive reaction, also combined with a Monday low sweep. Many coins gave you the Monday low sweep this week. All right. Like, look at them. They all gave it. So if you were ready for it, some amazing entry opportunities did present themselves. For example, look at XRP sweeping that Monday low at 280. It's at 296 now. It's pushing a major supply level. It is near the all-time highs. It's just a stone throw away from the all-time highs now. In terms of buying coins currently, yes, we're in a roaring uptrend. We're very bullish, but I mean, look at these weekly candles. It's really not an opportune time to just go on a crazy buying spree right now, even though we're so bullish, because coins are at major resistance levels. For example, look at Tau here. Remember on Sunday, just a few days ago, we were talking about this very aggressive Tau entry, right? The very aggressive Tau entry. And then the week opened up, and it literally just on Monday put in this crazy big green candle to $433. And it really hasn't come back down to the weekly open or the Monday low. Well, look at it now. It's at the yearly open. It hit the yearly open. This is big resistance. We might see a gap right up to 500, which is another huge resistance level. But overall, at this point in time, it's been such an aggressive move where it feels like you probably should wait for some type of pullback if you go ahead and you want to just ape into everything right now. The entries we gave on the Sunday live, a lot of them have played out beautifully, 20% plus candles. Tau is just, one example of those. But it's really... I know how badly people want to FOMO. So I would recommend to just contain your emotions and not FOMO into things. Because the pullback might come from here after this crazy aggressive move. If you caught the entry on Sunday, this is a level to take profit at. But this is not necessarily a level to open up fresh longs or just go on a crazy buying spree for something that's pumping like Tau, for example. But anyways, GG, good game to anyone that caught this one. Gave it to you right here on the stream. Let's look at some more of these majors. So here's the total crypto market cap. It's still in an all-time high. This is the all-time high breakout week. So remember, we have a target up here around $4.4 trillion. We're currently at $3.7 trillion. So we do have some room to run there. We're looking for an expansion into price discovery. Now, some really exciting stuff is happening with altcoins, right? The total 2 is breaking out, continuing to expand further right now. However, it's still quite far away from its all-time high. Okay, it's still 21% away from the altcoin all-time high. However, you can see right now that it's in a clearly labeled supply level, which is why I'm saying to try and contain the FOMO you may be experiencing right now. All right. Let's say, for example, let's go to a lower time frame. Let's say, for example, this wants to, say, pull back and retest this high. Okay, if it wants to pull back and retest this high and then continue lower, if it does end up doing this, you're going to get the opportunity to buy this, to buy whatever coin you want to buy significantly lower, right? If you see the total 2 drop by $1 billion, or sorry, $108 billion, which is only 8%. You know, you're going to see the small cap altcoins probably drop quite drastically, but they can recover extremely quickly, which is why I'm saying just be a little bit careful right now in terms of FOMOing into whatever you want to FOMO into. A lot of coins are at supply. The total 2 is at supply. Looking at the total 3 here, this is the shitcoin index, or we're starting to get into that, I should say. The others market cap is really the real shitcoin index, but total 3 is the closest thing to others. And it looks very similar to the total 2. However, it does have some room to run here to its own supply level. Yeah, it's in resistance. Okay, the total 3 is in resistance. But overall, yes, we're still looking for this to move into price discovery, and it's significantly lower than the all-time high currently. So we're gonna make a lot of money, folks, in my opinion, like with this expansive move for the total 3, total 2, total whatever. It just simply means if you're holding the right coins, if you catch good entries on trades, it's the opportune time to be risk on, and the market is giving out right now. The market's very giving. We're in a giving environment with this bullish price action. It's time to be aggressive, like I've been saying, right? You want to be aggressive now, and you have to strike while the iron is hot, because these conditions, as you guys know if you've been in crypto, they do not last forever, right? Most of the time it's going down, it's boring, it's brutal. Now we have the good times, so we have to make the most of the good times, because after the good times always come the bad times. That's life, folks. That is life. And now looking at others here, others on the weekly is probably the most exciting thing, because there's a lot of room for others to run to its all-time high, right? We're talking a 50% move to 450 billion, and that's not even to the all-time high. Over 60%, 63.5% for the others to go to the all-time high at 460 or so billion. And yeah, I mean, we're looking for targets at 600 to 750 potentially. So all the total charts, they're looking pretty great right now. They are looking really amazing. And it's just a slow grind, right? Look at the price action. It started off really strong. Now it's just been in vertical accumulation. At some point, there likely is going to be a vertical expansion with this grinding action, all right? This is vertical accumulation in a nutshell. Just grinding. It's probably going to go parabolic. And we'll see what happens at the $300 billion high. Okay. If we close above that, same thing applies. We always look to buy the pullback after the close or the break of structure to catch that continuation move up higher. It's a basic strategy, and it works amazing, especially in these really bullish conditions. So yeah, all the macro stuff, all the total charts, they are looking quite bullish. Now let's get into some of these other assets. So obviously XRP is up there in market cap, number 3 in market cap, $175 billion. And it's an ISO 20022 coin. XRP isn't the only ISO coin. There are other ones, right? There's HBAR, Cardano is one, XLM, Stellar is one. Algorand is also one. I'm looking at Algorand right now. Look at Algorand on the 1 hour time frame. Look at this chart, 1 hour. Look at the Monday range. It's literally just, look at this price action. Pretty crazy price action we're seeing on Algorand. After this came in, after this massive expansion, we are simply getting a consolidation after some crazy volatility. After the consolidation, we are likely going to see another expansive move up higher on Algorand. Now, the ideal thing to see here would be something like a Monday low sweep or a weekly open tap. Okay, if you get that, that would be glorious. That would be really glorious. This isn't a buy program, all right? Don't even think about shorting, in my opinion. take it level to level, right? For example, if it ends up losing this level, it's likely going to come back to these. It's pretty close, right? Back to the previous highs, things like that. So you want to have an invalidation spot. But in my opinion, you should be looking at an opportunity to long something like this, okay? It is pretty risque to just do something like this, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. But the chance that it holds is actually somewhat decent right now. And, you know, you're looking for a pretty big expansive move again up to these highs. So another 80% or so on the table here for the next move on something like Algorand. But I do personally expect, like we're on the daily time frame here, I do personally expect this just to be a bullish consolidation right now, which is likely going to lead to another expansive move up higher. All right. So there's many other setups at the moment, but Algorand is certainly one to have on your own watch list and pay close attention to, because the bullish momentum is very real. And, you know, it's just going really dead sideways right now. Again, opportune entry would be if you see this thing come and retest the weekly open and the Monday low. And I put this stop loss here at 25 cents. You shouldn't have the stop loss there, okay? Everyone would have their stop loss there. Everyone would have their stop loss underneath this low. So that means this would actually be an amazing entry price. The thing is, you have to be really patient and understand it might not even get there, and you could just be caught waiting. But if it does get there, that would be the best place to enter, in my opinion, at this low, because this is where everyone's stop loss is. So with that being said, live analysis, 25 cents is an amazing entry price, and that would be perfect if you see it false breakdown and then recoup and then run up higher. But yeah, you have to understand, right? Oh, look at this low. Oh, you just put the stop loss underneath the low here. That's what everyone does, okay? So that's why I said this would be an amazing place to enter. That's where everyone's stop loss is, probably. More likely than not. But other ones, right? Here's H-bar doing the same thing. H-bar doing the same exact thing right now, where you are seeing it consolidate after a massive expansive move. I'm paying more attention to algo than H-bar, but if you look at H-bar, it gave you that, you know, beautiful Monday low price action where it came underneath and then it's went ahead and reclaimed. You can see it came into this level over here. And much like I was literally, this is actually great we're looking at this because we were just looking at algo. Remember the wick we were talking about? Well, this is literally exactly what I was just saying. H-bar, it's the same thing, right? Here's that same wick, very similar. Look at what happened. You know, price came, it didn't take that wick, it didn't take that low, but it did test it. Just showing that exactly what I was just saying on Algorand is quite valid, right? If it does a move like this to this low, that would be a great entry, around below 26 cents in here. So yeah, I'm paying more attention to algo, but that's interesting to see on H-bar as well. But let's go ahead and address the live chat, and I want to talk to the live chat right now as well because we got some important stuff to discuss. Yeah, I'm talking to you, so pay attention. Shout out to Shane Stridom. He says, "Oi, oi, Connor, my man. First comment today in the chat. I'd love to see it. What's going on, Shane? We got FBS, Georgios. We'll look at AVAX in a moment, my man. We got Elvis. We have Retribution Tales. What is up? Retribution Tales says Peanut is looking good. Yeah, Peanut's not bad. Mark Bass, what's up, Mark? Bomba says someone bought 100 grand of Mr. Miggles. I was on a space last night with Mr. Miggles. And here is that 100 grand purchase. It moved the price, it looks like around 20%. right? If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I was in a space with Miggles last night. But if we go to the market cap chart, we can see that Miggles is now officially out of the accumulation range, guys. So, yeah, with someone just bought 100K, right? The accumulation range high over here at 41 million market cap. It's at 42 million now. So, yeah. It is now out of the accumulation range. I don't know how many times over the past few months I've checked the Miggles chart here on live streams and said, yeah, it's still in the accumulation range. Yeah, still in the accumulation range. It's out of it now, guys. So altcoin season, basically. Altcoin season. Mr. Miggles out of the accumulation. Appster is going nuts. Appster's on some other shit right now. This thing, new all-time high, right? Appster on the abstract blockchain. Talked about this one quite a bit, but big breakout. Big move into price discovery. But let me keep going over this chat. And let's put ETH up here on the lower time frame while we do this. We got Austin Craig Lands. Great to see that name in the live chat once again. Austin Craig, my man. He says, is Oasis Rose still a good play? I'm going to say there's better options out there than Oasis Rose. Big shout out to All Day Dre. Thoughts on Karat? It's not the worst gaming pick out there that is out there. Dan says Tau is going to 2K. Yeah, great to see all you guys. Smash up the like button. So what I want to discuss right now is in this altcoin season, right? In this time that we're seeing where Bitcoin dominance is dropping. This is when things go crazy. I'm sure you've seen on your X account or Twitter all these random meme coins getting created and shilled all over the place again, right? This is what happens in bullish conditions. All the cockroaches come out of the woodworks, things like that. But during these altcoin seasons, during these periods of Bitcoin dominance dropping, for example, over here, the last major drop we had on Bitcoin dominance was November after the election. You guys remember what happened after the election? We first had the Murad meme coin list go crazy, and this was the time of the Solana pump fund peak. And the real narrative at this time was meme coins. Okay, then we had in December into New Year's into January, we had this drop. And this drop was mainly dominated by AI agent coins. Both of these drops, it was memes and AI agents, the two sectors of the market that gave the craziest gains, right? The 100x gains. It was only on memes and AI agents. Another drop we experienced on Bitcoin dominance was in March. This one was small, but it gave you crazy. Like, this is when we absolutely cleaned house here at Crypto Empire in March, February. We had this drop, March, February of 2024. All right. At this time, as you guys recall, it was AI. You remember the big AI pump that happened in March 2024, and then the NVIDIA conference was the top. Also, memes did really well here, right? Base meme coins, like memes and AI, two narratives here. And then over here in later 2024, it was memes and AI agents. Now we're having a big drop again, okay? We're having a big drop again, and we're looking for this thing to go really, really low this time. We're looking for the big kahuna. So there's going to be another main narrative. Is it just going to be meme coins again? Is it going to be AI as well? Is it going to be like DeFi or something like that, right? Because DeFi coins doing quite well. So the point of me saying this right now is basically during these periods, I had people in the live chat asking me about some AI agent coin. We analyzed it. We look at it in a week later, and it's up 30x. Okay, there was multiple times that happened here in November and December of 2024. So what I'm saying right now is if you guys see any buzzing out there, if you're seeing any talking, some creepings of some narratives, any potential good plays, share them in the live chat. Let's take a look at them together, okay? Let's see if we can front run and be early to the next narrative that is going to deliver the most possible gains during this altcoin season. Because there's always one or two particular sectors that do the best versus everything. And the beautiful thing is there's a lot of new coins that are created during the altcoin season, brand new coins that pump the hardest, okay? So I go live very often. And the market's crazy bullish. I'm going to be going live even more often, okay? So let's catch it. Let's catch the narrative. I'm not sure personally what it is just yet, right? I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I know it's going to be something, all right? I know 100% it's going to be something. And all you need is like one or two good wins. Like they have a 30x on some size. And yeah, you're laughing all the way to the bank. So yeah, let's use the powers here at Crypto Empire of the entire huge community we have together. If you guys are seeing some buzz, looking at anything interesting, share it in the live chat. Let's take a look at it together and let's see if we can be early to that next narrative, okay? And if you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, obviously you're not going to want to miss any of this. So smash that subscribe button right now so you don't miss it. Let's see what else is going on. Shout out to Eric Royston. What's going on, Eric? And Abdul Rahman. What's up, Abdul? And Dan says Tau is going to 2K. I mean, man, I hope so, right? I still have a lot of Tau. So if this thing goes to 2K, that would be really, really amazing. It would be really, really amazing. But yeah, I think it's attainable. We have to clear $500. Okay, the first thing to happen on Tau. This chart's too annoying. We have to go to MEXC. The first amazing thing to happen on Tau would be a clear of $500. All right, once this clears 500, I do expect it to run the all-time high. And we have some levels already here, right? We have the $1,000 price target, and then we have the price target up to around 1,800. So we have the plans already set. Let's see what the market decides to give us here. All right, let's see what the market decides to give us here. Yeah, clean that up. But yeah, I agree with you, Dan. I mean, Tau is looking really good. Once it clears 500, it's going to be probably a move into new all-time highs on Tau. And looking at AI in general, let's take a look at the AI coin watch list. And you can see that, you know, they're really not performing amazing, the AI coins right now. Here is OXO. It's still at the equilibrium. It's still at the price point of consolidation. And buyers are balanced with sellers at this point in price. It's just in consolidation. We'll see if we get an expansive move. But I mean, look at ACash, right? It's underperforming. Render as well. Tau is looking the best. Tau always leads the pump, typically. Cubic also on breakout watch again. Okay, Cubic on breakout watch once again. If we go look at this chart, lads, and take a look at this Cubic chart, we have once again come up to this resistance that has been stopping price. Price cannot break through this level just yet. This is the daily time frame, guys. This has been happening since April, since the middle of April, basically. What is it? April, May, June, July now. So like what, 4 months? 4 months of sideways. Breakout should be pretty violent when it comes. So, and it could be soon potentially. But yeah, I mean, looking at these AI coins, not sure what happened to Clore. Never bought this one, but that's not looking really good. All the low cap AI coins, the micro caps in most sectors haven't necessarily moved yet. It's only micro cap memes because those are getting shilled by, you know, all the Twitter influencers. Right? So that's why you're seeing really low market cap memes move so hard. But like low cap, micro cap AI coins not moving, micro cap DeFi coins not moving, micro cap, whatever. They're just not moving just yet. AI, it's only the big boys. It's only Tau and Render. Not even FET really. So just Tau and kind of Render, maybe Akash too. But Tau's looking the best out of the AI coins right now. RWA also not doing jack. I mean, Ondo's not bad. But like, look at these pumps, or look at these charts. This doesn't look bad. This centrifuge is actually a interesting chart we have, because as you guys see, this one is approaching the apex of this really tight ascending triangle. And because we're in bullish conditions, we expect resistance to get broken. But, I mean, look at a lot of these alt charts. Hurt your eyes. A lot of these alt charts are still not really moved too hard off of the bottom. Basically, what we have is we just have Ethereum leading the show. We have Ethereum leading the show completely. And ideally, we'll see a house money effect once Ethereum is way up. For example, let me show you this. Right, you can pull up the Tau. Tau versus Ethereum. Weekly time frame. I was looking at this yesterday. Okay, this is Tau versus ETH. The all-time high ratio of Tau versus ETH is 0.27. So that means one Tau at the high over here in October 2024 was worth 0.27 ETH. Okay? 0.27 ETH is currently worth $876 currently. So the idea right now is... Ethereum pumps, amazing. Then we want to see whatever coin you're holding, you should chart it versus ETH. And the ideal scenario would be to see this pump back up to the highs, or maybe it breaks into price discovery when Ethereum is trading for $5,000. Okay, because if Ethereum is trading for $5,000 and Tau is worth 0.27 ETH, or let's just say 0.3 so I can do the math off the top of my head. Let's see, 10% of that would be 500, 30% would be what? $1,500. So if this goes back to 0.27 or 0.3 up here, and Ethereum's trading for $5,000, that means Tau is going to be trading for $1,500. So I want ETH to go as high up as possible. And then I want to see the altcoins that I hold, coins that I buy, whatever, I want to see them gain market share versus ETH, while Ethereum is doing what Bitcoin is currently doing and just kind of going sideways in some distribution range, while all the lower cap coins are gaining versus Ethereum, allowing us to sell for more profit, basically, and be rich, which is why everyone's here, right? Oh, we love the technology. No, I mean, come on, let's be real for a second. This market is so emotional. The crypto market is the most emotional market because it is driven completely off of greed and fear. All markets are driven off of greed and fear, but crypto is amplified 100x. This is such an emotional market. It's insane. Everyone, I mean, so many emotional market participants. Let's see. Solana looking amazing. Breaking out here. Gave a Monday low sweep and is coming into the 1 week supply. But Ethereum over Solana 100%, right? If you're holding Sol, I would pivot to ETH. Anyways, let me catch up with this live chat. Guys, smash up that like button. Somebody asked about Vine. Isn't that a coin from like November? Yeah, Vine coin. Nah, that's gonna be a no from me, dog. Maybe they bring it back, but that's a gamble and a half. That is a crazy gamble on Vine. But yeah, Miggle's 100K buy is very impressive out of that accumulation. Arrow we'll look at in a moment. By the way, Georgios, I didn't forget you, man. We're going to look at AVAX right after this. So right now, one coin that's pumping is apparently this is Bonk's sister. This one going vertical, parabolic. I definitely don't recommend buying into this, but if you want to gamble, you're probably going to just buy into it anyway, and you're going to do what you want to do. But as a rule of thumb, I don't chase after insane green candles like this. Understanding I could miss out on a major gain, but I also don't want to be subject to a really bad entry and going underwater. But somebody right here says, Jane, what's Jane? Grok's personal, 24K market cap. This can't be it, right? Nah, that's crazy, man. Are you really mentioning in this coin in the chat? We can't even look at that. We got to get off of that ASAP. Four sets of the AI shitters are not going to move until ETH is at all-time highs. Today is Mr. Miggle's birthday. Bomba called Momo at 1.8. He's printing. There you go, right? So if we go buy a coin like Momo now, we got our boy Bomba Crypto up 10x, right? Impressive. But yeah, I mean, players are up huge. You got guys buying in for a few $1,000 and making 60 grand in a few short moments. So, I mean, it's just crazy risk buying into aggressive pumps like this. Do I scalp or swing trade? Mainly swing. But, I mean, just if you can analyze a chart, I mean, the edge is kind of synonymous with whatever time frame you're looking at. Because of the fractals, they play out quite similar with one another. One more meme, then we're going to look at AVAX. So we got our guy over here. By the way, shout out to James Brasco as well as Grotto EZ. What is going up, guys? Great to have you here. Somebody asked, is this a good entry on Dow GE? Is this a good entry in price discovery all-time high breakout? I'm going to say no, simply because it's in price discovery, making all-time highs. I mean, you could buy the momentum, right? Oh, it's going to go to 100 million. But what if it doesn't? Then you're in for a rude awakening. So, yeah, I mean, when it comes to memes and things like that, you have to be, you don't have to be, but you should be early, or you should only buy when it dips like 40 to 60%. For example, 60% dip, okay? You want to look for the 40 to 60% dips. Here's a 33, 35%, which is decent, but it gave 160%, 135%. If you're going to buy anything that's pumping like crazy, buy it on a big 40 to 60% dip, especially with the memes. Don't buy the top. Don't buy the all-time high, in my opinion. Anyways. How's the mic? Is it too close to my mouth, or can you guys hear me clearly without any interference? Shout out to Angel with the 279 super chat. He says, what do you think on Dow GE? We just looked at Dow GE, so that was a timely super chat. But that's what I think about the coin. In terms of the how bullish it is, I don't know. I really don't know. Is this the Tau channel? Not really. This is the Crypto Empire channel, but I am bullish on Tau, 100%, and I own it. So no, this is the Crypto Empire channel, but we'll talk about Tau when I want to talk about it for sure. Now looking at Avalanche, so it's in daily supply. Right, it's in a 1-day supply level. It's also just underneath the daily 200 EMA. Okay, let's see. So very aggressive price action. Right, we had a big vertical move, expansion. Then we just had some sideways grinding. Now we're seeing another expansive move in place into daily supply. So in terms of entries here in daily supply zones above Monday's high, it's not my edge. That's not what I look for to enter into a position. It feels very forced if you were to buy it at this price. It feels like you're hoping and praying, per se, over strategically planning to buy something. If you were to buy AVAX here in this daily supply zone after this aggressive pump. So let's see if we can find an interesting level that would warrant a pullback into. We found one. It's already been used. It was used on the Monday low on the 5-day time frame. Okay. On the 5-day time frame, you can see how AVAX on Monday decided to come into this level. Or it was actually the sweep of Monday's low into that. And then a big move up. So AVAX right now, I mean, it looks like it just wants to kind of continue pushing up. So with that said, I mean, look, we're in such an aggressive bull trend where you look at bearish divergence and every part of you screams, that's bullshit, it's going to pump anyway, because that's just what happens in a roaring bull trend. But yeah, I mean, like, look at this bear div. It's quite apparent. 3 in a row. 1, 2, 3. I mean, I know I said don't short, but damn. It's kind of like the perfect triple drive that's right here. So I'm not going to action this right here, right now, obviously, because I'm on a live stream, but Georgios, it's got a triple drive in a daily supply zone. Not the time to be bearish overall, but might be locally time to be a little bit bearish, unless it just puts in the FU candle and goes right up here to 25, breaks 25 and starts to expand even more. But the thing is, we're in an uptrend, right? In an uptrend, resistance gets smacked out of here. Get out of here, right? That's what happens to resistance in supply zones in an uptrend. We're in an uptrend. So the probability of this just disregarding this and just pumping is kind of high right now, but it's just so dangerous. There's no trade here that I see right here, right now. Unless you want to short it, but I'm not going to do that in this market environment. Do I drink coffee? Yes, sir. I do. McFlash, do you think stocks are a waste of time for trading compared to crypto? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not, no. I think it's actually better because the stock market has opening and closing times. So it's actually a lot healthier to trade that than crypto, because crypto can keep you up all night. It can be extremely unhealthy for your own lifestyle and sleep schedule, things like that. So, nah, stocks are great. Let's take a look at Karat, gaming coin. Starting to move here. Starting to expand, starting to break out after this bottom accumulation down here. Yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty decent. It just reclaimed this level as well. So this is looking very powerful, very bullish out of this bottom accumulation. And I would say it can run for a few days, and then it could retest and pull back to here, like 5.5 cents. So again, to FOMO now doesn't make much sense, because there can come a day where it's going to drop 20%, but then it could be up back to where it was in that same day. Right, it would just be like a crazy liquidation move out, and then the uptrend continues. That's what the pullback is probably going to be, right? Let's see. KB says, I was calling for 95K a week ago. Let's keep it 100. I presented both bullish and bearish scenarios. I also said I was long ETH a week ago from down here at like 2,500. Even with being slightly bearish, I still had the balls to open a big long on ETH. So we'll keep it 100. I'm a trader, man. I can go both ways. Pause. You know what I mean? I'm only talking about the markets, dog. But get that hate out of here, man. Hate only comes from below. So, we don't even want that, man. Like, what is that? Why are you trying to hate, bro? What's up? What's good with you, KB? You all right, man? Aerodrome. Aerodrome also looking quite bullish. I mean, look, everything looks bullish. Yeah, that 2-day entry was money. Here we are at the highs. Don't chase. Don't chase. Yeah, don't chase after Aerodrome. It's in resistance. It's at the highs. It's probably going to break the high and head up here to $1. But that doesn't mean you should just buy it right now. The risk reward is not it's not a good ratio if you just ape into something like this right now. Down here in a refined level, yeah, sure, but currently you kind of just have to sit back and let it pump if you're not in the trade, because forcing it could play out really badly and you can get burned. So risk management is always paramount. Risk management is always number one, right? Shout out to Crypto Maniac. I'm just seeing Joey Joe's comment from way up here. Joey Joe, he says Zeph is going to pump hard. Zephyr Protocol, privacy coin. Here's the weekly. It's at the bottom completely. So, yeah, I mean, I've seen crazy privacy coin pumps in bull markets. Pirate Chain is a notorious one. Shout out to Jeff Berwick, Dollar Vigilante. But in 2021, right, this thing went from a couple pennies up to $17. Obviously, this was a different time in 2021. Zeph also put in some crazy moves in the past. Circa 2023 over here. Yeah, this pump was insane from $1 sub $2 up here to $50, 25x. So yeah, these privacy coins can just go on crazy runs. It happens. Is it going to do it again? Hard to say, but it sounds like Joey Joe has a bag of Zeph. Guys, smash up the like button. Shout out to MJ. Managed to catch the live stream today. Kyan, do you think we get the pullback on ETH? So, pullbacks on ETH. Do I think we get the pullback on ETH? Nobody really knows. What do I think? I think probably at some point in time, yes. It would make sense to get it around these price levels, right? Around the yearly open, around the daily supply zone we've had as a target for a while. So, yeah, with that being said, where would it go? Likely not that low. All right, here's an 8-hour level we have that already got hit, right? Monday low, got taken, and then we're off to the races. But more likely than not, a pullback would lead to us retesting the previous resistance. And that's over here around 2860 or so, around 2900. When it comes, nobody knows the timing of it, but likely will come. So let's see. We went over. What have we not gone over that's worth it right now? Axie. So Axie, it has this open 12-hour level, but I don't think it's going to hit. It looks like this coin's going to explode after coming down here and taking that sub $2 level. But yeah, I made a gaming video. I released that one today. So if you haven't watched that, watch it. Go over that. But yeah, a lot of these coins, right? We're Magic, that 2-day level, we want it. We want it badly, but I'm going to be patient and wait for Magic to come into it. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to miss the trade. But I had this level planned for some time, sub 16 cents. So I'm going to wait for it to come into it. Unless it shows me a reason like it did already, right? Sweeping that Monday low, regaining. It's such a tight consolidation after the crazy move last week. And we're bullish, right? We know it's likely going to lead to another crazy expansive move higher. We just have to pick the spot precisely on where to get on board the train, right? Where to get on board. We could take a wider invalidation approach, meaning we got to be a little loose with the stop, right? And it's going to be too loose for my comfort, right? Like sub monthly open 12 cents. That's like, if you take an entry here, 30% is way too much in my opinion. That's why it doesn't make sense. It would make a lot more sense if we were able to get an entry around 15 cents. It would heavily bring down that risk to reward ratio and the potential loss, right? We always want to make sure the loss is within the risk parameters. But we're looking for like a big move is the thing. So it could even be worth it to risk 30%, but if you're wrong, it's going to hurt badly. But yeah, I would rather wait for the level to hit. Shout out to Gimme the Chalupa. Do I think AI agents are done? Nah, right? There's coins right now on so base. There's coins like Mamo, MAMO, and this is Moonwell's DeFi agent, DeFi AI agent. All right, it's your personal finance companion built to help you grow your money quietly in the background. So this is technically an AI agent. The thing is, the really slop bot is the term used a lot nowadays. Slop bot, some like sloppy AI agent bot that just says a bunch of bullshit that nobody cares about. Those are done. But now we have the next version of AI agents, the ones that actually do useful things. Okay. November and December, we had a lot of AI agents that claimed to do useful things, but they were full of shit. Now we have AI agents that are actually doing useful things. So I'd say it's a case-by-case basis with AI agent coins. I mean, this one is getting bought up aggressively by a particular group, hence the bullish price action. But overall, it's a good move, and it's an AI agent coin. So we can't say AI agents are dead. We have to take them by a case-by-case basis approach, because some of them are actually going to provide real value, and those are going to be the ones that perform well. Good to see Apu starting to this is so anybody wondering, like a meme coin that I hold that I think is a good buy even still right now, Apu. I bought this at like 40 million. It's at 74 million. This is the weekly chart. This is bottomed out, dog. My target's 500 million market cap to $1 billion. So yeah, I'm expecting a juicy gain from this. This is a Murad list meme coin, right? Murad's list. Some other Murad list coins, ticker Bitcoin is pumping back up to 10 cents. Ticker Bitcoin is up 30% on the day right now, right? This is a good sign for Murad coins. The crazy thing right now about ticker Bitcoin, look at something's off, because look at the volume. Let's go check this. Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu. So 24-hour trading volume, 12.6 million. Where is that trading volume coming in? Mainly on Gate, HTX, and Orange, as well as Uniswap. But yeah, the volume on Uniswap is 2 million today. So that's why this volume, like the volume is so low on the pump, which is interesting. How does Apu compare? Also low volume, but it's not breaking out. This is still an accumulation. This is a chart you want to buy, okay? I'm talking about not chasing after crazy green candles. I don't know. I'm bullish on Apu. I think this is a great meme coin. It's a Murad list coin, and I'm expecting a big gain. I think it'll run the targets, lads. But anyways, that's that. Do I like Turbo? It's not a bad meme coin. I don't dislike it. Where is it? Here it is. So Turbo broke out earlier. It's just consolidating at this resistance at these highs. Whoops. All right, just consolidating at these highs. Yeah, I don't dislike Turbo. I don't own it though. If that's what you're actually asking. Let me check Aptos. Aptos doesn't look bad. Never quite hit that 420 level, the dollar area. Front ran it. Look at the front run. Just front ran that by a few pennies. That's the one. That's the optimal entry level we were waiting for. So you guys can see, right? Even if you have everything perfectly planned out, and you have your little pocket ready, you have limit orders ready at the perfect refined level, you can still miss the trade. That's the game. It's never going to be like. Sometimes it's perfect, but there's going to be many things that are going to cause a lot of frustration along the way. That's a given in trading. But anyways, that doesn't mean we can't catch a ride on it. So I mean, this is at these highs, kind of looks ready to break. So let's analyze this locally in the 1 hour time frame. Monday range, Monday high, Monday low, right? Price opens the week here, weekly open, pumps up, creates that Monday high. Over here on Tuesday, 9 a.m., Tuesday morning, Eastern Standard Time, price is trading below Monday's range, okay? Then what happens? We see a move from 480 up here to 520, right back to that Monday high. This is the Monday range trading strategy in a literal nutshell. This is it, right? Price comes below the Monday low. Look for reasons to get long. Here you can see it tap in the 1 hour 200 EMA. Move right back to Monday's high, okay? So at this moment in time, because we are in the midst of a roaring bullish trend, we should not be we shouldn't discount the fact that this thing can just break this resistance and gap right up here to the next targets. So I mean, if you want to get risque with it and just say you'll play this breakout, you'll take a 2% loss if you're wrong, you could do something like that. And the profit would be like up here. All right, it'd be like a 30% move to risk 2%. So this is like a little scalp this is just a momentum trade, right? This is what we were talking about on Sunday's live stream when we took aggressive entries on coins like Tau, for example, right? But yeah, basically you're just looking for that expansive weekly move. Like, look at the weekly candle right now. Okay? You're basically, if you take a long with a 2% invalidation, you're looking for a weekly candle like this to print. Right? You're looking for a big expansive weekly candle or like this, right? You're looking for an expansive move. If you decide to take a long at these highs at resistance, you need an expansive move. But that's why if you're wrong, you risk such a small amount, like a 2% we discussed, right? The stop would just be below the local low. So anyways, that's one for the road. That's not financial advice. Do your own research. And if you decide to take this trade, you took that on your own, okay? Because I'm just sharing with you an idea. If you want to action it, well, that's your trade now. So welcome to the game, folks. Anyways, let me see if I miss anything here in the chat. Is Doge a good entry? Not necessarily, but if it goes to 45 cents, it could be a good entry. Look, if I missed any comments, I'm sorry. The comment section has been very, very active today. And yeah, I hope I didn't miss any of you guys. But if I did, that doesn't mean I don't appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys. Smash up that like button. Thank you for your support. I mean, we have a 50% viewer to like ratio. It's quite weak, so let's get that up. Let's get that up. But yeah, that's all we got for right now, guys. We'll be live again, so don't you worry. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And yeah, let's see if we can go ahead and be early to the next mega narrative that's going to come and form during this period of altcoin outperformance. Remember, we had memes and AI agents in November, December, and January do the best. What's it going to be this time? Let's find out together, and let's bang some coin, lads. Hope you enjoyed this one. Remember, subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested, you can apply to the Crypto Empire Mastermind down below. Sign up to Blofin using my link down in the description below. And then if you like, join the Telegram group through that. But with that being said, we're going to get that group very active now. So if you haven't joined yet, go ahead and join before we start getting moving. All right? With that being said, my name is Connor from Crypto Empire, and I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing rest of your day.